Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. Today I wanted to make a video sparked by a subscriber's comments and wanting to know more about this topic. And the topic is, when the narcissist leaves you feeling like as if you are paralyzed and unable to react, or worse, unable to help yourself get out of a toxic situation. This is a great question and video suggestion. So thank you so much for asking and sharing. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you all for participating on Little Cartoon Man's channel. It really means a lot to me. With that being said, in the particular situation where this question was asked, I was talking about a news story where a toxic evil woman was creating havoc wherever she went. So much so, the well-known billionaire she was dating took off and left the country to get away from her abuse. So she found herself back with the totally unhealthy and toxic himself individual who kept taking her back after cheating on him. Now, though he was toxic and unhealthy for doing such a thing, that wasn't what made him bad or evil. However, as many professionals in this space have talked about, the longer that you stare into the abyss, the more likely you have a chance of falling into it. What that means is, just like I mentioned in the last video about this toxic couple, it's just like a golden child sibling we might have grown up with. While we were given the role of being the scapegoat, the golden child will do some wrong things, simply to get temporary and fake love from the narcissist in the home that is pulling everyone's strings. And usually it's just the golden child siding with the narcissist mom or dad with whatever evil they are accusing you the scapegoat of. But it can go even further. My golden child brother, when I was a lot smaller, as he was older and stronger than myself, he loved to beat me up every chance he got. Because my mother, who was the narcissist pulling the puppet strings in the house, didn't want to be seen as an abuser by others. If she was hitting me and I had bruises or cuts, I could run possibly to a teacher or someone for help. Not saying it would have done any good at the time, but it's possible it might have. And the narcissist parent knows this fact. Now, there are some narcissist parents that will physically beat or harm their kids. But some are smart to delegate that job to the golden child. And it's not something I think they say, "Go beat up James. I will give you a cookie." No, I don't think that happens, or happened, at least in my case. However, during natural and normal disagreements, the golden child takes note. The worse they treat you, the better the narcissist parent treats them. So they might step over the line and push you down, hit you, throw something at you. And if they do such a thing, and they feel not only protected but rewarded, they will not only keep on doing this, but they might step up their efforts. Now, in my situation, eventually I got stronger than my brother, and when he would try to fight me and I would defend myself, my mother would accuse me of being the aggressor. You just can't win with these people. And that is why you are in danger the longer you stick it out and stay with such people. And that brings me to the question of, how and when a narcissist stuns you and makes you feel paralyzed and so stuck, you won't even help yourself. Well, first off, when this happens with family, we are stuck in the mode of, this is our family. We must help them out somehow. And again, the longer we stay, the more they have a chance to mess up our lives. And we all, or at least most of us, have stories of this happening. But what happens when you meet someone new in your life, and then they give you the narcissist stunner? I guess would be a good term for it. You see, most of these people know we so-called need them. The toxic couple in this news story hired a nanny from France to come and live with them in London to help take care of the woman's child. And I say that because in the story, it's not exactly clear who is the father. At least from the reports I've seen. There might be more information out there that I'm not aware of. But with that being said, they hired this young woman from France. By all accounts, seemed to come from a working class family. When you see from the pictures. And it's very hard to judge by the way of photos. But she didn't seem to live the high life with designer clothes and expensive makeup. She seemed very ordinary in her dress, though extremely beautiful in her face. Not a lot of makeup. Just a very pleasant, humble look about her. Well, it's likely that this couple asked a lot of questions of this young woman to get to know her. And through not just the interview questions, but the general questions they likely asked her when she had the job. Let both the man and woman in this story know that this was probably the best job she had ever had. And it's likely she needed that job. I don't know for sure, but I think it's a good possible guess. And you see, what narcissists and other toxic people will often do is will find people that need them and suck them into their world. They might help give them a job. If it's a job way underneath the narcissist, they will help them with a particular task, such as helping tutor them with their school work, or maybe fix their broken whatever. You fill in the blank. And they might help with this task because the person they are helping doesn't have the money to pay someone to fix it for them. Now this isn't to say, if someone helps you with something or does something nice for you, that they are somehow a narcissist. But what you want to do is watch and look for changes in how they treat you. Because what happens is, and I believe could have happened in this case, was this toxic couple showed this woman Sophie their best face possible. They probably did nice things for her. Bought her things. The evil woman in this news story, Sabrina. I wouldn't be shocked if she took Sophie out a time or two and bought her a few things that were out of Sophie's reach to own. Simply because this way of life was now normal for Sabrina and her boyfriend Sam. And I don't think it was getting the free gifts that was the main thing for someone like Sophie. But it was likely the fact that someone cared about her. Now from what I can tell, she was from a pretty good family of people that loved her. So I'm not saying that there was a lack. Because from what I can see, she was very strongly and deeply loved. But when you are young and in another country, and this so-called wonderful couple is treating her like she is special, it can sure feel extremely nice. This is much the same with you. You might be taking a night class and struggling with the school work, and you make a friend you sit next to, and they are doing way better than you in the class. And they say, not to worry. You can study with me. And as time goes on, you build what you think is a friendship. And before you know it, you end up in another class with them. And you get the benefit of studying with them. And they help you out. But that's not the reason why you hang out with them. You actually feel like you made a friend. You might even say, I feel so bad that you are always helping me. And they might say, hey, I would be studying regardless if you were here or not. So it's not a bother. I'm glad you are doing much better in this course. So you think, wow, this person is super cool. I really found a ride or die friend. You might even think about them enough to maybe buy them something small. If you see something that you know they would like. Plus you want them to know you aren't there to just take from them. And here's the thing. They know that. They know how you feel. And you might have 6 months to maybe a year and a half of a wonderful time with your new bestie. Then out of the blue, they will laugh at you if you scored a certain question wrong on test you both took. They might say, only a dummy would get such a question wrong. And they will laugh and laugh and laugh. And you might ask a question on how you can figure out how you can get the correct answer to such a question. You aren't asking for the answer. You are asking just to be pointed in the right direction. And they giggle and laugh and say, I don't know, you figure it out. Then you go back to class. And they tell you after class, sorry, I wish I could stay and chat. But I have to study. I will see you tomorrow. Now they are cutting you off from studying with them. Why? What happened? You see, narcissists, as I've mentioned before, love people that need them. Because they can call the shots and they can take you or leave you anytime they feel like it. And oftentimes what happens is they will build up a good amount of good times with you and them. They will treat you super good even if they are just a friend. And not someone you are even dating. And then after so much time has passed, they will insult you in public. They might call you a bad name for no reason and then laugh about it. They will laugh at a shortcoming of yours that you told them in strict confidence. And they do this because they know this sudden change will stun you. And when you are stunned, you might not know how to react. Here's an example. I've talked about the Rocky movies on this channel before, on how it's a great example on how to fight hard to have a better life and to not give up on yourself. But there's one example that's in these movies that has nothing to do with narcissism. But in this case it does. In Rocky 2, Rocky's trainer Mickey tells Rocky that in order to protect his bad eye, he's got to stop fighting left-handed but to become a right-handed fighter. He then adds, by doing this, it will confuse his opponent, the heavyweight champion Apollo Creed. And then at the very end to change suddenly back to being a left-handed fighter. And then you can make history. You see, such a tactic is what the narcissist uses on you to get you to not know what is going on, so much so you can't properly react. You think you have this new great friend that really likes being around you. They only say positive things. Sure, you joke around, but no one crosses the line. The one day, for almost no reason whatsoever, they insult you. They not only poke at a shortcoming of yours, but they completely and utterly cross the line. And they do this on purpose. Because they know this sudden switch up will stun you. You will be too bothered by trying to figure out what has happened instead of thinking to yourself, this is the last time I will see this person again. Because let me ask you, if this person showed up on the first day of getting to know them insulting them, would there be a second and third day around this person? Likely not. Likely not. I mean, if you are taking a night class and the person sitting next to you asked what you got on your test scores and you told them. Mind you, this is your first conversation with this person. And they laughed and called you a loser, a dummy and stupid. Would you try to become friends with this person? Likely not. Even if you came from a traumatic background, you will likely see if you could sit somewhere else in class and you would avoid this person the rest of the semester or quarter. And they know this fact. They know if they show who they are at first, it will push people away fast. But they've learned through trial and error. If they show you love and kindness and help, and then later on they insult you or accuse you of things you didn't do, you are now caught in a state of trying to figure out why they are doing what they are doing instead of trying to get away from them. Here's the thing. You can't go through life paranoid. But you can't go through life feeling like everyone has your best interests at heart either. Now Sophie and her parents would have no way to know that evil people like this exist. However, if they would have said, Sophie, you are going a long way from home. We need to make sure you're safe. We need to make sure you can get help if something goes wrong. Now, this is not to blame anyone, let alone her parents, as I do not blame them or Sophie for not knowing better. But this is why I tell you, make sure you have an out. Simply because abusers won't show themselves as abusers at first. And I think and believe this is why marriage is down, especially in the West. Because many feel like that if they marry any evil person that is putting up a good act. If things end up taking a turn for the worse, and they are indeed an evil person, they could lose not only all their money, but their children and their ability to see them. Divorces ruins everyone's lives. But it seems to in the short term enrich the narcissist's life. They get supply. They can pretend to be a victim. And if there is money to be had, they might get some of that too. And you see, those that are loving don't want an out just to have an out. They want an out in case they are being abused. And that out just doesn't appear to be there at this moment. So marriage is on the decline. Which is a sad thing. But this is what they do. They find someone that needs them a little bit more than they need that other person. They pull them into their world. To where the narcissist pulls the strings. They flatter them with nice things and nice words. Then once they feel they have some amount of dependency going on with this person, they spring the bear trap, so to speak. And for them it's amusing. People stay. Because they know they are being a terrible jerk. They in their mind say, only an idiot would stick around for someone talking to them like that. But here we are. No other friend. No other family. Or in this case, Sophie in a foreign country. I think if anything in Sophie's case, as it appeared that she came from a good and loving family, I just think she wanted to clear her name somehow from the evil woman Sabrina's false accusations. And she didn't want to leave her job feeling like she wasn't able to succeed. I would imagine she might have told her friends and loved ones about this wonderful fantastic job. And these wonderful fantastic people she works for. But now it all looks like a lie. You see, many people take it hard when we think we are on a great road to success. But find out the road has fool's gold on it. And you aren't a fool for going down that road. But we sure feel like it. So in the minds of that person that is stunned, it seems easier at the time to stick it out than to tell others it was a big mistake and a failure. Also, the narcissists will make you feel directly or indirectly that no one cares about you. And this devaluation stage sucks all of the wind right out of you. Again, the other Rocky comparison is from the same movie of the first example in this video, Rocky 2, where Adrian tells Rocky to win. The amount of power you have when you feel like others believe in you is amazing. This is why if you come from a loving family, and you are with them right now, it is a big blessing. But if you don't come from a loving family, or you are away from them, and someone is showing you fake love, you get that Rocky boost feeling like you can do anything. But then something happens. They take it all away. And when that energy goes away, it not only just goes away, but it saps all of your strength. This is why the boundaries of self-care are important. But the truth is, if you came from a narcissistically abusive home, it's a good chance you are deficient in one thing or another, depending on your family dynamics. And this may require you to need help from someone in your life. And this is the tough spot. If you haven't done anything wrong to this person, nor have you taken advantage of this person's kindness, yet their treatment of you switched on a dime, let them go. Let them go. And this is why talking openly about this tactic that is used by the narcissist is so important. Because when this happens, most people that it's happening to doesn't even know it's a thing. But it can also happen to us when we do know it's a thing. And we can still be stunned. Because we are in a place of lack. This is why activities that you love are important. Most people are social. It's good to have an activity where there are others there you can interact with. You don't have to become their best friends. Just know you have a place to go to. Let's say you go swimming twice a week at the pool near your home. And before and after swimming you talk with the other swimmers. Well, if this new friend that doesn't go to the pool is treating you poorly now, Go swimming a few more extra days so you are around happy people. And so you don't lose your energy. Or let's say a friend that you met at the pool is now treating you poorly. See if you can find another pool to swim at ASAP so you don't miss a beat in your routine. And so you can remain happy. And always have a plan. Just like with the pool situation. You might love swimming at this pool. But possibly learn about the other pools in the area before something goes wrong. Now I don't want to think you should have a so-called backup best friend or backup dating partner. No. That's mean and something the narcissist would do. But make sure you protect yourself. And not only protect yourself but protect your energy. Please know having a failure is better than your life being lost. And I don't know what happened exactly with Sophie. But I can just imagine it's possible she just wanted it to work out. And when you are dealing with extreme abusers, that eventually locked her in and took her passport. She was finally in a place where getting out was likely much harder than before. Again, not her fault at all. And it's not completely your fault for being with the narcissist as long as you were with them. As you were with a planning sinister individual that did things in such a way that would make it extremely difficult for you to leave the abuse. No matter if the abuse was physical or emotional or a combination of the two. But what we can do is work hard to build up our muscles to not deal with bull junk. And that is if you are in a situation where, let's say, you are in school. And this is the first friend you've made in a long time. And things are going great. And let's say this person is helping you in school. You might be best served by finding out if there are any good tutors at your school and just find out for heck's sake how much they charge. And save your money. Maybe this friend that's helping you out never changes and you remain great friends for life. But if they do change, you cannot react while they are laughing and making fun of you. And then take that money that you were saving and pay a tutor to help you if you can. And you don't have to tell this fake friend that you got a tutor. Just say, "Hey, I wish I could talk but I really have to run." By doing such a thing during an important situation. But your physical safety isn't in danger. This will build up muscle memory. So each time someone does this to you, it's not so hard to see it for what it is. Not get stunned and to be able to move on quickly. I do think it's nice and wonderful to bond to those that we love. And to stick with them in good times and bad. Don't lose that wonderful gift you have. But good times and bad isn't someone abusing you. If you are the same 6 months and a year later with your treatment to this person, and they completely change on you on a dime, something is vastly wrong. And it's not your job to respond to it. It's not your job to ask them what their problem is. It's your job to get you to safety. You see, if someone told Apollo Creed the game plan of Rocky before the fight in Rocky II, he might not have been stunned when Rocky switched back to fighting left-handed. He could have weathered the storm and got himself to safety. But that didn't happen. He got stunned and gave the reaction that Rocky's trainer was looking for. Now, nothing wrong with what Rocky did. It was a simple and wonderful tactic the character used in his fight. But when talking about a narcissist and how they use this on us, to devalue us and ruin our lives, it's not such a nice tactic in that regards. So once we know what the tactic is, we can better prepare our lives. And in the process have a bit of fun. Maybe you might go swimming at another pool just because and to have fun. But in the process you have 2 places to go to in case the friend you met at one pool switches up and treats you like dirt. Same with the school and tutor. Now regarding dating. Just be careful of what you do legally with this person. Make sure you have a legal out. If you own your own home, keep that home. So you have a place to go. If you're able to save your money, do it. In case they change on a dime. This would be no different than if you moved out with roommates. You think things are great and you can trust these people. And so you buy a car on monthly payments. Hey. Most people do that. It's not good. But many have to. But because you trust your living situation, you might stretch things a bit. And then before you know it, you can't trust these people you are living with anymore. But you are stuck. Save your money. Save your money. Pay what you have to break the lease. And get out. Give yourself an out. And if such a thing happens, and you are successful at getting free super fast, your senses will get much better at not getting stunned with bad behavior. Just know this is a tactic. They use it all the time. And when you see it, remember this video. With that said, keep the wonderful questions and comments coming. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.